The legend goes, Venus was kissing Cupid when an arrow from his quiver slipped and hit her in the breast. Cupid's arrows were famed for their ability to make humans and gods fall in love. Venus had glimpsed Adonis when she was struck by the arrow, and she fell madly in love with him from then on. Venus left her past life and lovers behind to commit herself entirely to a life in the woods with Adonis. Venus recognized that Adonis was mortal, and terrified at the prospect of losing him if he was attacked by a wild animal. She cautioned him to take care. Adonis ignored her advice, and attempted to fight a wild boar that attacked him. Venus's worst fears were realized when she discovered his lifeless body. Venus wept and screamed as she mourned her lover. She then poured honey on the blood, resulting in a flower, the color of Adonis's blood, the anemone. An allegory. A picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, shows the naked female Truth, looking to the female figure Justice, who is holding the sword and scales, for assistance. Justice liberates Truth from a ferocious lion, the moral being, that a day of triumph will surely come, when justice and truth prevail. The world is portrayed by the naked red-haired woman lying down on the couch, slightly covered in a thin snow-white sheet. Her hair is pulled back, and the only ornamentation is a unique golden pendant. It is fastened in place by two golden ribbons that surround the central female figure under the breast, and by a small chain that drops from the woman's neck. An olive branch, the ancient Greek symbol of the globe, is held in her raised hand. The attitude is relaxed and serene. With her feet, she tramples spears, arrows, shields, iron armor, and battle drums. The moral is, that the world rules for a long time. In the presence of Cupid, Jupiter, in the guise of a satyr, a lustful, drunken woodland god, seduces Antiope, the beautiful daughter of the king of Thebes. She became pregnant and bore the twins Amphin and Zethus. The Prince of Troy, Paris, was made to choose the most beautiful among three goddesses. Here identifiable by their attributes. Pallas Athena, with her helmet. Venus, the winner, holding the golden apple. And Juno, with the crescent moon at her head. Bacchus the wine god has approached Venus seductively from behind. His hand grasps her right shoulder, his look strays over her revealed body. In his left hand he holds a wine glass. Venus's son Cupid nuzzles up to her. Bacchus, the god of wine, has approached Ceres, goddess of agriculture, grain crops, fertility and motherly relationships, from behind. He tenderly touches her, looking at her joyful anticipation, while she fixes her gaze on the viewer. The boy bottom left is a Moor. He presents them with a basket of fruit and vegetables. A story from the Old Testament. King David is high on the balcony at the upper right. He gazes down at Bathsheba, bathing, drying her left foot. The puzzle here is the figure standing behind Bathsheba, holding a mirror in front of her face with his outstretched left arm. That figure could not have been her husband, Uriah, who was away on a campaign. A glance at Bathsheba's reflection in the mirror says that something is seriously amiss. Von Aachen has painted a reflection in which Bathsheba is looking to the left, although her face is actually looking to the right. This painting leaves us with several unresolved issues, but little better idea of the original story. Jupiter, the ruler of the gods, is seated on a cloud, together in the embrace of his daughter, the goddess Minerva. The scene is being watched by a gathering of Olympus gods, clearly shocked by what they see. Mercury, the messenger of the gods, with a wand in one hand, points towards the pair with the other hand. The moon goddess Diana turns her back to the affair. Apollo is seated with his lyre. A naked Venus leans against a boulder, whilst Cupid covers her. Pan is the Greek god of nature who watches over shepherds and their flocks. Pan enticed the moon goddess Selene. He accomplished this feat by wrapping himself in a sheepskin to hide his hairy black goat form, and drew Selene down from the sky into the forest, where he seduced her. A portrait of Archduchess Anna of Tyrol, daughter of Archduke Ferdinand II of Tyrol, wife of Emperor Matthias. She was by birth Archduchess of Austria and member of the Tyrolese branch of the House of Habsburg, and by marriage Holy Roman Empress, German Queen, Queen of Bohemia. Rudolf II (1552–1612) was the son of the Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian II. He became King of Hungary in 1572 and King of Bohemia in 1575. Following the death of his father, he also became Holy Roman Emperor and Archduke of Austria. His reign was a troubled time of great religious conflicts coupled with the external menace of the Turks. Unfortunately, politics was not a great interest of his. Instead, he was familiar with a number of languages and was devoted to art and science, the latter including alchemy, astrology, magic and the occult. At the end of the 1590s, mental illness rendered him incapable of governing his empire. In 1611, he was forced to cede the crown of Bohemia to his brother Matthias and he died soon afterwards. The Battle of Kronstadt-Brasov was fought on July 17, 1603, between the troops of Wallachia and the Habsburg monarchy, led by Radu Serban, on one side, versus the Transylvanian troops, led by Moses Zekli, on the other side. Moses Zekli was killed on the battlefield, and the Wallachian lord Radu Serban became ruler of Transylvania until September 1603, when Giorgio Basta and the imperial commissioners took control of the country in the name of the emperor.